Where are we going?
We're going to Orlando Disney World.
That's right.
Well, sorry, I'm too busy playing on the phone.
You want to see Mickey Mouse?
Yeah.
Or Minnie Mouse?
Both.
Or Elsa?
Are you sure
Anna.
there's gonna be that?
Yeah.
Oh.
Look how large this room is. Here's a kitchen. Oh, and there's a washer dryer here. Laundry room. A nice fridge. And then big huge area here. Huge bathroom. Got so many sinks. A sink. Here's one sink. Here's another shower. Huge area for a bathroom. And then a huge, another sink area. Another sink in the main bedroom. And a big huge tub. Spa. And it's beautiful outside, of course. So beautiful. Fountains and everything. And this huge bed. And then over here, I have a sofa bed that I was using, and then even a nice little enclosed area. There's a screen on the other side here, so you don't get any bugs flying in. And there's a bug right now. Look. Oh, and a nice dining table here. And here comes that bug again. Let's see your Mickey Mouse shirt. Ooh, pretty. We're all set to head over to Disneyland, right?
Disney World, not
Disney World. Heading to Disney World. What are you going to try and go on first? First ride?
The most extremely dangerous.
Oh my Lord. Let's make sure Nana doesn't see this.
Okay.
The most extreme dangerous ride, that's what we're going to go on first?
Yep.
Yeah?
Okay, David, let's go now.
Come on, slow pokes. Nine, remember to bring the car.
Say hi.
That's a space. Spaceship.
What year was that?
I'm sure you don't. 能看 that's resort. They start the races. 好了，你不要去管了，你赶快能跑了，待会儿一下子不服你一下子会摔倒，就在往回去。
That was the first one. We went up to see it. That's an experience.
That's a neat race. Over the marathon.
没有，现在你要用了，现在要用，你知道吗？会很晒的。
They had like so heavy block. Right. Yeah. Cheering on all along. Ladies and gentlemen, we are approaching
approaching our station at the entrance to Main Street, USA.
He was thinking about doing it.
16 lanes of
That was his first one, and he
smoking
kind
is not
of
permitted in that
he hit the wall.
Why is there another security line? Why is there another security line there?
But he doesn't want to have.
Another security line going on the boat.
taken to the door until the monorail stops completely and the
Get
doors
training and
open.
stuff like that.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Magic Kingdom monorail station.
This bed? Okay. Yeah, we're from Allentown, so we're close.
Adrianna! Where are we on the map? Look, I'm filming.
Oh, hello.
Yeah, just let's go.
Hey! Adrianna! Oh! And take a picture over here then. Over here. Look at me. Disneyland. Yay. We're all screaming. There's nothing. We're going really high. Really high. Oh, we're done. We're going backwards? Are we going backwards?
We're not. Oh, I should have said that.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. You like it?
They're going to back down, I think.
I don't know.
No, not. They're gonna go back.
Something's happening.
I think they're going to go backward. It's like before.
Remain seated. Run will begin momentarily.
What?
Uh-oh, they have problems.
I want to do this again.
Adrianna, you have to
What happened now?
Disneyland.
Are you scared, AJ?
I
Huh?
hope I don't scream that shit again.
Are you scared? Adrianna. Explosion going on over here. Oh no, this is the end.
Yeah, that's it. That's enough. Oh my God, my backpack, my backpack.
I want to go again.
No, you have to hang in there. You don't have a
I
backpack.
want to go again.
Adrianna, wait. Come on.
Amigos pequeñitos, y no recorra un dinosaurio. Gracias.
Oh my God.
Hey, whirlers, it's Chester here, reminding you for your safety to stay seated at all times with your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside your time machine.
Adrianna.
Don't get properly hitchhiking down sides. Para su seguridad, permanezcan sentados y mantengan las manos, brazos, pies y piernas. Hey, whirlers, it's Chester here, reminding you for your safety to stay seated at all times with your hands.
Oh, here we go.
Oh God.
Woo! Here we go. Oh, where's the big drop? Whoa! Oh.
Oh my God. I know. We're still going to go down.
You like it, Adrianna? What'd you think? Adrianna.
Be sure to watch your children and don't pick up any hitchhiking dinosaurs. Para su seguridad, permanezcan sentados y mantengan las manos, brazos, pies y piernas dentro de la máquina del tiempo. Cuide los pequeños. Dile a la copa un dinosaurio. Gracias. Hey, whirlers, it's Chester here. Reminding you for your safety to stay seated at all times. With your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside your time machine. Be sure to watch your children. And don't pick up any hitchhiking dinosaurs.
Good?
That's really good.
Oh my God, I cannot do this one, go way too fast. Oh my God, this one go way too fast. I don't feel well, David. I don't feel well, David.
The Nile crocodiles back there usually don't do a lot. It's pretty rare to see one of them moving around like we do. They only eat once every 7 to 9 days, and that one meal is like a Thanksgiving dinner. They actually don't want to do anything after they've eaten. But lucky for them, they are a social species of crocodile. We can tell because they actually lay their heads, their arms, and their tails on each other when they're right next to each other. That means that they want to be close to each other. But we are leaving the forest. Again, we're going to leave that river behind too. We're heading down into the savanna ecosystem. As you're going to see down there on the right, the savanna has a lot of wide open plains for the animals to move their herds, their packs, or their prides around too. We don't see too many of them right here at the bottom of the hill. They have a lot of room out here. There's a giraffe down there. Way down on the other side. We're going to loop around, hopefully get closer to them.
You know are gazelles even an animal?
Of course gazelle would be an animal.
I just saw gazelle.
First savanna friend, a little bit closer to us, way down there on the right. Those light brown animals are called eland. They're an antelope species. They're going to be around 1,000 pounds, usually about 6 feet tall. One of the things they can do is jump up in the air 6 feet high from a standing position, put their vertical leap straight up in the air. We'll loop around and get closer to them as well. It looks like that next truck found something on the other side of the hedges up here on the left. You guys are a little bit higher up than I am, so you're going to be able to see what's over there before I can on that left-hand side down there. On the left-hand side, there's at least one of them back there. Those are African wild dogs. They also call it the painted dogs because the black markings on their fur. And those guys are not hyenas. They're related to canine species. So if you have a dog at home, that's their cousin back there. They're not a dog you want to own. They're the most successful and aggressive hunters in Africa. They've actually been known to chase things 3.5 miles to the distance they're willing to run after something. They're better at hunting too than lion prides are.
No, they're already well fed.
Also on the left-hand side, way down there, those are sable antelope. If you've heard of fight or flight responses, they have a fight response. They win about 90% of the fights that they're in. Now they're so aggressive, they have a dominant male and a dominant female. The female's in charge of the herd's movement and direction, so if they want to go anywhere, they consult her first and tell them where they're allowed to go. Also out here, we're going to be passing a lot of these, like this thing on the right-hand side. There's one large one down here on the left-hand side. Does anyone know what those are? Kind of like an anthills. These are termite mounds, so different bugs live underneath these. Now, to build one this large, like this on the left-hand side, would have taken the bugs 7 years to make that. For the most part, they either give up or something happens to the smaller ones, so it takes them about 2 to 3 years to make these.
There's another one.
Looks like those giraffes are on the move. They're up ahead of us down there.
Giraffe. Did you see a giraffe? Oh yeah, there's a giraffe way down there.
Eland again on the left-hand side. There's 2 of them over here.
This isn't reptile.
Call me Billy.
Oh, she's wrong. Adrianna.
One thing about me, I love giraffes. But I was
The giraffes are the tallest animals in the world, 18 to 20 feet tall. Inside of every giraffe, they have 4 stomachs inside of them. Now, this over here on the right-hand side, that's an Ankole cattle. You don't know what kind of noise that guy makes? Just the moo. It's like a cow. If you see the Texas longhorn holding around those 2 points, that means it's a male. If they have a lot of hair around those 2 points, that means it's a female. You can tell from their spots over there that they are Maasai giraffe. No 2 spots are the same. That's what all Maasais have. Rough and jagged edges around the spot. There's a baby giraffe up here on the right. Now, all baby giraffes are born really tiny. They're born at 6 feet tall. Like I said, tallest animals all the way up to 18 to 20. Next to that baby giraffe, those are wildebeest down there. Their name means wild beast. Those tiny brown and white animals are springbuck. They're only 3 feet tall, so they're all adults even though they're really tiny. And their natural reaction to danger is to jump up in the air 6 to 8 feet high and spring like a rabbit at that height over and over again, trying to get away. And those wildebeest down there, they're headed up the hill. We're going to reunite with them one more time though. We're going to have to take a quick detour out of the savannah. We're going to head around elephant country first. Starts on this right hand side, branches down pretty far. I see one elephant already up here on the right.
I see Cheeto.
On our left hand side, we're also passing Monkey Point. That's where mandrill monkeys live. They're way down there on the left hand side. Now they're the largest monkey species, about 100 pounds each. They all have these little pouches on the sides of their cheeks so they store snacks for later on, just like a chipmunk does. There's that elephant over there eating some food right now. How do they eat food? So they have to grab the food first with their trunk, then they put it in their mouths as well. Same way they drink water too, pulling it in with their trunks. Now, the elephants eat around 300 pounds of food every single day. And that is a younger adolescent male back there. Any male in a herd of elephants, they actually get kicked out when they turn about 13 to 14 years old. Get too rowdy at that age, they gotta throw them out of there. Now if there's a female elephant in the herd, they're gonna stay with that same group their entire life. But once they reach around 13 to 15 years old, they're actually not gonna hang around mom as closely as they did anymore. They don't want to be right next to her like they always were. Like I said, they'll still be in that same group. And we're gonna be heading over that big guy's older bridge, hopefully to find some of those female elephants down here somewhere. Now these wall-looking areas we're passing on the right-hand side, more on the left too, those are red clay pits. And in the wild, elephants actually scratch up the red clay with their tusk, then they pick it up and eat it like they're chewing on a vitamin gummy. Vital nutrients in here they actually can't find anywhere else. And I see some of the females way down there on the left-hand side. Once we pass the big red clay pits, looking out for any little ones. If we see any little reds, we'll probably see some more elephants near those. They can scratch those up as they move around out there. And at least one female pretty close to one on the left-hand side. We're going to keep looping around though. Hope it's a little bit more clear in front of her.
Filming the whole thing. I
Okay.
don't know if
And there's a baby elephant down there on the left. Now the elephants out here, they like these giant trees. There's one on the right-hand side, there's one down there on the left they're kind of walking behind. Those are baobab trees. The boughs store a ton of water in the base of the tree, and they'll get to it by poking a hole in the tree with their tusk. And gallons of drinking water rush out of there at one time. And since those are like fire hydrants for them, they have to use their trunks like a fire hose. They can hold 5 gallons of water in there at one time. They usually don't go all the way up to the 5 gallons, they'll usually just get enough to drink water from it. Looks like they're making their way down to this watering hole on our left. There's that baby elephant again. He ran down here.
Yes, it is.
So many.
At least they have a family. And that they stay together.
Now the baby elephants down there, they're usually born at around 175 to 300 pounds. It takes their moms exactly 22 months of pregnancy to give birth to one baby elephant. It's almost a full 2 years. And on our left, there's greater flamingos. On our right-hand side, there's those wildebeest, like I said, headed up the hill. Those black lines that wildebeest have around their necks and on their stomachs, those are their sweat stains there. Vent out heat just like we do. So if it rains outside, they'll turn completely gray or have light brown lines on them. And this group of flamingos is called a flamboyance. They hang around that interesting shaped island down there if you can trace the whole thing. And there's the whole herd of elephants down there on our left.
We saw that there's so many elephants where in that park, in that
African
zoo.
Lions Park.
We are passing the warden post on that left-hand side, reminding us to protect those elephants out there because poachers still hunt them for their tusks. Protect those male hippos too. We saw that one male who had the tusk down the side of his mouth. You need to protect those rhinos out there too, because in Eastern medicine they believe a rhino's horn has a magical or medicinal value when added to things. But we know it's not medicinal because they have keratin in their horn. It's what's in your fingernails. There's a lot of white rhinos way down there. We're gonna loop around and see them one more time though. They took a shortcut to get that way. Now the white rhinos though, they are larger than the black rhinos we saw in the forest. They weigh 4,000 to 5,000 pounds. And if you saw them all down there, they do like to hang out together. They form a group that we call a crash. That name when they charge out there, of course. Well, we are also entering the big cats territory now.
Big cats.
Areas like these are where cheetahs like to hang out. They like a mix of forested areas and the wide open plains. There's a cheetah up there by those fallen over logs on the left-hand side. She's to the left of them though. She's laying flat down. She's going to be pretty tough to see.
Well, I don't see it. Do you see? There's a cheetah over there.
And there's one more cheetah up here on the left-hand side.
I don't see them. Do you see them?
Up here on our left, there's a tree that's kind of like divided in the middle. To the right of that tree, there's one cheetah laying in the sun up there on the left, kind of towards the end of the hill.
I didn't see them. I didn't see any of them.
Now the cheetahs are the fastest land mammal. They run from 0 to 60 in 3 seconds flat. At their top speed, they can also drift out there. They dig their claws into the ground. They can't pull their claws back in like a house cat can. And they flick their tail. That turns half of their body for them. That's called shifting their momentum. So shifting and sliding means that they drift at usually about 45 to 50 miles an hour. Now the other big cats, they like these rocks out here called Kopi rocks. And you've seen a Kopi rock before if you've seen The Lion King. This Pride Rock is one giant example of one Kopi rock. But there's usually a lot of smaller boulders like these that add up together to make one large area. Now usually when it's too warm outside, they'll hide in between the spaces in the rocks or behind the largest boulder they can find. They don't like heat, they don't like humidity either. Those white rhinos again to our right-hand side. And on our left-hand side, there's a female lion. Looks like she's watching those white rhinos across from us.
Yeah, she's right up there. You see it, Adrianna? Well, there's one behind there. The male's right behind her. Yeah.
Oh, they don't even like him. Yeah, another one, the male.
No, I just want to watch Lion King.
Too far away. But maybe need to
Now, unfortunately, we're not allowed to stop by these guys because those white rhinos are up and moving around down there.
So
You can't stop too close to them.
you're not
They can't come down
enclosed
here
here,
as
so
well.
if they want to, they can
Like I said, a
jump
group
in,
of them's called a
right?
crash because when they charge at about 30 miles an hour is their top speed.
Oh,
If they
there's
reach that
rhino.
top speed, they can gallop just like a horse can. So pick up all 4 of their feet off the ground, catch a little bit of air in between their runs.
Look,
And the reason that they charge that fast is because they all have really bad eyesight. The way that rhinos see during day or night is actually how humans see during nighttime without any help from light. That's maybe about 5 feet ahead of them. Now our reward is probably dropping off some snacks for those guys. Some ostrich eggs down there on the ground by the tree on the right.
oh, ostrich eggs. Ostrich eggs right there. There's a bunch
Now
of
those ostrich eggs are about the size of 16 to 18 regular chicken eggs. Some ostrich eggs are larger than that though, the size of 2 dozen regular chicken eggs. Where the female ostriches run off to, but because those rhinos are all out there, she probably ran off a little bit further away. But we are leaving the savannah. It's almost the end of our time out here. Be a loud sound down here as we exit too. If you want to see more of our friends, 7:15 will be the last safari truck of the night. As long as you're in line before that time, you can ride with us again. Maybe see some different friends too. If you are planning on coming back, around sundown is actually a really good time. That's when those lions are probably going to be waking up. The hyenas won't wake up until the sun is about to set either though. Our last friend's behind us on that right hand side, way down that dirt pathway back there. white animal is a scimitar horned oryx. That's about as close as he ever gets to us. The oryx is a really cool animal, though. They can go 9 months without drinking any water at all. And he does that by running a fever that lets his body temperature go